We're picking eight mascots, offense, defense, and it's 3 offensive linemen, 1 quarterback, 1 running back, 1 tight end, 2 wide receivers for the offense, and then 3 defensive linemen, 2 linebackers, 2 cornerbacks, and a safety.
All right, and just to make sure we're clear for the people that are watching, we are picking mascots from these aren't players. We at least I got kind of inspired by the Mike Leach video where he went through every Pac-12 mascot and pretty much said how they'd fare in a fight. And I think he ended up on the Cougar, which makes sense.
Way.
He coached at Washington State, so he's going to go with the Cougar.
But, I mean, he should have went Arizona State for the Sun Devil.
Well, yes. That's what he said. He was like, it depends on the mythical powers that you're giving the Sun Devil. But, yeah, I think it would be a Sun Devil. Anyways.
All right. You may go first. I got some ideas, but let me hear what you got.
All right. I think with the quarterback, I'm going with the UMass Minutemen. The Minuteman.
Oh, my God.
We're going to be running. We're not going to push the ball down the field too much. We don't need a big arm. We just want somebody that's ready to just, get it on the perimeter, get it to our playmakers. Always ready, come the blitz or come the redcoats, but we're going with UMass Minuteman quarterback.
Okay. I like that. I like that pick. You want somebody who's, a leader, and the Minutemen were leaders. I mean, they were able to stop the greatest army the world has ever seen. So that's a really good pick. Kid Cole. I'm going to pick, I was kind of stuck between 2 here, but I'm going to go with the Purdue Boilermakers for my running back position, because when they say you need somebody who's a freight train going through the line, that's exactly what you need. So I'm going to go with the Purdue Boilermakers.
All right, we'll go. Our center is going to be the UCLA Bruin. Bruin's actually a mythical creature that, like...
Wait, what?
Yeah, it's not just a bear.
My wide receiver, I'm not going to lie, my wide receivers, they're not from big schools. I'm going to pick Blaze the Dragon from UAB.
Wow. That's a shocker right there. Mel Kiper can't believe it. You're taking the UAB Blazer at number 3?
Got to. Just because I'm not going to lie, a lot of it is because his name is Blaze and he's a dragon. So he's going to be flying around the field, getting everything, probably burning some defenders on the way there. You know what I mean?
Oh, I get it, yeah. All right. I guess I could see the vision. I'll go with you, and I'll also pick a group of 5 school. We're going to the UTSA Roadrunners, my running back.
Dude, you're killing me, bro. You picked a lot of my picks. I'm not going to lie. And all right. For my center, I'm going to go with Big Al from Bama.
Wow, I was going to take the Crimson Tide because I thought that was like just a wave, but you're going with the elephant.
Yeah, dude. You didn't need somebody who's big who's going to protect my quarterback that we're going to pick later. Yeah, I need a Big Al right there.
All right. Yeah. All right, we're picking our left tackle now.
All right.
Big Red.
Dude, you're killing me. You're killing me. You knew I was going to take him. You knew I was going to take him.
Big Red. Just a massive presence. Very, very wide figure. Very, very wide frame with Big Red. Very tough to get around him. That's what I'm banking on. We're going size up front. I'm
really mad. You're really kind of, screwing me here. All right. So then I guess with my tackle position, you really did screw me. I'm going to go with the Grizzly. I'm going to take the Montana State Grizzlies. And I believe his name is Montre the Grizzly. That's a great name.
Wow, Montana State.
Yep.
Wow.
Dude, I was going through this list while I was in the shower.
You were like deep on the list here.
Oh, yeah. Scrolled all the way through the M, bro.
All right, we're going slot receiver here.
All right.
We're going the Kent State Golden Flashes.
That's great pick again.
Very quick. I don't know specifically what a Golden Flash is,
but that's a great
sounds
pick.
Fast.
No, it sounds very fast. And I guess I'll go quarterback here. This was an easy pick for me, and I was actually surprised you didn't take it. I'm going to take Pistol Pete out of Oklahoma State. Everybody wants a gunslinger as a quarterback, and I got one.
No, that's a good pick, yeah. I mean, once I went quarterback, there's really nowhere else I could stick Pistol Pete on this offense. So,
yeah.
it was a tough decision between the Minuteman and Pistol Pete, but we ended up taking fucking UMass, dude. In hindsight, we probably whiffed on that one. But I like what we're building around him. So he's in a situation to. All right, next receiver. We're going straight speed again. Toledo Rocket.
I was thinking about it. And I would have honestly put in Toledo for either my quarterback or my wide receiver because you need a rocket arm.
I was thinking about Rocket on my defensive line. Just get after the quarterback. But
I think a Rocket's a great football player. He's an all-around player. He's the Taysom Hill of football players.
Oh, we're not just using him as a boundary receiver. You're going to see some wildcat quarterback. You're going to see him maybe on some rollouts, some jet sweep, double pass type things. So definitely feel good about the versatility that the Toledo Rockets bring into this King Cold offense.
No, you're killing me here. All right. For my last wide receiver, I'm not going to lie. This one is just off name only. I'm going with Clutch the Hawk from Lehigh University.
Oh shit, we're not even going just D1 anymore. We're
that's FCS. That's FCS. That's FCS.
I thought they were like D3 for. Yeah, this dude's got you got the FCS list up. I'm already at a disadvantage. I thought we were doing just FBS. Holy shit.
Dude, I went through the whole list. I'm not gonna lie, and you've taken a few of my guys. So you really, honestly, you took a lot of my defense. I had the UCLA Blue as my defensive lineman, so that's a good pick.
Dude, the SEC mascots are just awful. Like outside
of it's a lot of dogs.
I don't even know who you're thinking about drafting.
Oh, I got a few.
Well, it's Bulldogs and Wildcats and Tigers.
And that's pretty much it.
All right.
Unless you want to pick a volunteer.
So we don't really have any size for our playmakers. We have a Golden Flash playing the slot. We have Rocket on the boundary. We don't really have any size, so I got to look through here and try to find somebody that I feel good about their frame, and I might have to reach into the FCS ranks for this one. Jesus Christ, it's all Bulldogs and Mustangs. Is there any mountain type? We're going to go with the Rainbow Warriors because I think there's a –
At where? Tackle or
tight end?
Tight end? All right. I like that.
I think there's a volcano tie in there. So we're going with the Hawaii Rainbow Warriors.
I don't hate that pick at all. For my tackle, my last tackle, this will be my right tackle. And I'm going to go Ralphie for Colorado.
Wow, that's a good pick.
I honestly, when I first thought of this, I did think, let's go. Let's put him at running back. But then when you have a Boilermaker, it's tough. So we'll pick Ralphie. I got a really good offensive line. I'm feeling really good about this draft so far.
And my last offensive lineman, I think this is my last pick on offense. I'm going to the Stanford Cardinal for one of my tackles. We're going to have a big ass Stanford out there. Just get around the tree.
Oh, Stanford. Okay.
Stanford Cardinal, yeah.
All right, so I'm not going to lie.
Between them and the Indiana State Sycamores, but they're both tree related.
It's a good pick. I have one issue with this pick. If it's a tree, he's not going to really move very much.
We're going to be rolling out the other way, so we're going to ask him to full check.
He's always on the weak side.
Yeah.
That's funny. I like that. All right. So then I guess for my tight end position, I already took Ralphie. All right. Oh, that's killing me. All right. I'll take the Colorado State Ram. Let's just get all of the Colorados in here. And I'm not going to lie. I feel like that might have been a rushed pick. Because I really felt
down.
Oh, honestly, I did because I didn't want to take one off my defense and have to worry about it later. So that might have been an extremely rough pick. But Rams. I feel like my comp for the CSU Ram has to be George Kittle for sure. Like he's just going to go down, make some downfield blocks. He's going to catch a little bit. He's got good footing. All Rams on a mountain, like they're pretty good. So I feel decent with that pick. Maybe not my best one, but I feel like we did a pretty good draft. So
we're going to move to the defensive side of the ball once we get this up. Yeah, there it is. So we can kind of follow here. Just ignore the Pornhub tab wide open.
You're killing me, bro.
You check too. All right, let's go back to the offense. We can just wrap up the offense here.
Yeah.
A lot of big names. We're going to be having to do some research for the defensive side of the ball because I feel like it's all
Oh
pretty.
yeah. Oh yeah. You might need to talk a little bit about who you're picking on the defensive side because I did take a few off my defense, but what are you gonna do? All right, I'm gonna pick first. I'll pick first for the defense. For my linebacker, I think this is actually a pretty good pick for me. I'm gonna go with Sparty the Spartan, Michigan State. You need a leader. You need somebody who's strong. I feel really good with that.
Yeah, I like that. I'm going to go with a linebacker first as well, but we're not going to be – this is going to be more of our sub linebacker, guy that we're going to ask to do maybe drop into coverage every now and then, but we're really going to ask him to be a fourth pass rusher, taking the FAMU Rattler.
Oh, I like
Very
that.
explosive, really like the quick twitch that the Rattler brings, when he's all coiled up. We're going to be asking him to just – that first burst of explosiveness. We just want explosive athletes on this defense, and I think that's the most explosive athlete in the country. Now, definitely some size concerns with him. He's going to be going up against Big Al. I don't really know how a snake would fare against an elephant, but
I kind of have to go elephant there, right?
Here's the thing. In a phone booth, yeah. But on a football field, like you're telling me an elephant can catch a rattler? I don't think so. Now in the run game, yeah, this is going to be absolute liability. We're not going to be asking him to do that much, but really like his versatility. Otherwise,
I really love that. I like that pick. I know that might not be what everybody likes, but I definitely like it. So I'll go defensive line first. And I don't think you had this one on your board. I'm going to go with Keggy the Keg, Dartmouth.
Holy shit. That's their actual mascot?
Yeah. Yeah, no, I looked it up. And apparently it's a real thing. So, yeah, Keggy the Keg. I don't think they're really – he's just going to he's going to fill in all the holes. He's a hole filler, and that's what I need on my defensive line, especially at, like, my nose guard position. He's going to take up space. He's taking up both the A gaps.
He's just a keg, like a keg of beer, a keg of water, or just a keg of any fluid.
I would hope that it's beer. I really would.
Yeah, but it's Dartmouth. It's probably like water.
Yeah, probably. It's honestly probably it's probably like vodka cran. Honestly,
it could be wine. To Dartmouth's credit, like I'm sure they enjoy a nice like red wine every now and then, but I'm not sure.
It's a bottle of Franzia.
Yeah, but I mean, wine is typically stored in I'd say like more of a cask than just a keg. I've never heard of a keg of red wine. All right, so we're up again here. There's not a lot of size left on the board. I got to tell you, like a lot of it's like, how do I work a wildcat into my defense? I don't really know.
I mean, there's a few wildcats. So
there's a lot of wildcats. Like I could have a whole defense of wildcats if I wanted.
That would have been cool. I would have given you a lot of points for that.
This is a tough one. I think I'm going to go with the Sun Devil at corner.
Damn. I didn't think that one was – I thought it was going to get taken. So, good pick.
I agree. Like, on its face, it looks like a good pick. But when you start trying to, like, factoring him into the scheme, it's like, what exactly are you going to ask out of a Sun Devil from your defense? He's not going to be a leader.
No. Yeah. No, Satan, definitely not.
The whole thing with Satan, the devil, is that he's full of pride.
But that's a cornerback right there.
That's why I put him at corner, because I was like, this guy can't be my signal caller. It's always about Satan. At least
that makes sense.
What I read.
Think about this. If the ball is in the air, he is for sure going to blast that with fire. So I like that pick a lot. But I like the pick. I definitely have. I had him actually at safety. But that's a good point about him being a locker room problem. It might be a locker room cancer. You know?
I mean, definitely don't feel good about it.
So, all right. I like that pick. For my quarterback, my CB1, I got the West Virginia Mountaineers because there's going to be a no-fly zone with it.
Why?
He's got a gun.
He's got like a fucking pea shooter. He doesn't have like
No, he's got like a.
He's got a little rifle.
Yeah, hey.
And he's
Just
also
trust him
drunk
out
off
there.
his ass. You're telling me that dude could hit?
I think that improves his ability and aim.
Dude, how is a Mountaineer faring against my Toledo Rocket? He's like,
all right, maybe I don't put him on the Rocket. Maybe I put him against your. Oh snap! All right, maybe it's not that good against the Golden Flash.
I don't even know what a Golden Flash is though.
I don't know. A Mountaineer versus a Lightning.
It's just the Lightning, then it's like how you getting the ball to him.
That's true. But you did say he was in the slot position. I don't know. I was thinking about it. I thought a Mountaineer would have a good no-fly zone. So maybe that's on me.
All right, for my safety, I'm going with Middle Tennessee Blue Raider.
Oh, good pick.
You just want a ball hawk at safety. Why did I go him over the Red Raider of Texas Tech?
Yeah.
I don't know why I did.
I like that
pick.
In
front of me, that's why.
I like that pick. All right, for my linebacker, I'm going to be going with what was his? Let me look up his name real quick because I knew it was right here. It's Sir. What is it? Let me see. I know you might be able to. Sir Henry, the night mascot of Rutgers.
Wow.
And I'm assuming I get the horse too, right?
You have a Spartan and a
knight.
And a knight at linebacker. Wow.
That's got to be a pretty good linebacker crew. A lot of sword action.
All right, damn, this is tough. We still have like the SMU Mustang on the board, but I'm like, that dude is offensive depth. That's not a guy we want on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, I understand that.
Wow, this is tough. So I need size on the defensive line. I really liked your Keg pick, even though I'm still not exactly sure what a Keggy the Keg brings, but
it's Keggy the Keg, bro. He's bringing vibes and size, which is what we need on the defensive line.
I'm going with the Indiana State Sycamores. We're going with another tree.
Oh, my God.
That's going to be our nose tackle. That's literally just a space eater right there. I think it's bigger than a Keg. And
Sycamore Sam. I like that
Larry
pick.
Bird, alma mater. We'll take it.
I like that pick a lot.
If it's good enough for Larry Bird, it's good enough for our defense.
All right. For my safety, I'm going to go with Ozzie the Eagle from Boston College.
I like that, yeah.
I don't think Eagle, known leader of America. He's going to do well. He's going to manage my defense along with probably. I don't know if I'd have the Spartan or Sir Henry lead my defense, but I think that is a good combo. Eagle's going to ensure that there's. My one issue with this is the Mountaineer might kill my safety, so might have some locker room issues with my team.
Mountaineer in general, like I've never really been to backcountry Appalachia. I think that's a problem waiting to happen in the locker room. All right, this is going to be a bit of a curveball, and this is one that will not be liked by the draft community. If you're watching this draft on NFL Network, they're gonna be giving me a lot of shit for this pick because it doesn't really make sense. The fan base doesn't understand it. They wanted Warren, they wanted Warren Sapp, and we just picked Kyle Brady or whatever the Jets did. We're taking the Holy Cross Crusader and we're putting him at cornerback.
Holy Cross Crusader.
Why am I going Crusader? Because I think that's how we combat the Spartan and the Sir Henry, even though they're not going to be on the field at the same time. So I just realized it doesn't make that much sense. But
yeah, no, this has to stop Blaze the Dragon and Clutch the Hawk.
I like Crusader's chance. I'm sure they had crossbows or maybe spears in the Middle East back then, but yeah, okay.
All right. Hey, look, I don't hate it at all. I'm going to go with Gus the Gorilla from Pitt State.
Wow. Pitt State.
Yeah, no. I got a banger, bro. Gus the Gorilla. Like that guy's going to be on our edge, and just tell me a gorilla is not going to mess stuff up. Like this guy might be able to take on 100 men. So I'm feeling really good at my D-line spot right now. Like we're going to get after the quarterback. Do you think the Minutemen can get away from Gus the Gorilla?
See, the thing about the Minutemen is we're not necessarily trusting the speed, right? We're more on his awareness, his pre-snap reads, and understanding of the defense. We're trusting him to do his homework and then be ready for any quick changes. So, as an athlete, no, but that's not where we're going to be asking the Minutemen to be effective. All right, I got a great defensive lineman pick.
I feel like you're gonna pick my pick already.
No,
What conference is he in?
I promise you, this is not your pick. We're taking the Northeastern Oklahoma A&M Golden Norseman.
Golden Norseman. I like that. I like this so much. So it's a Viking, I'm assuming, right?
Doesn't really specify, but I suppose we wouldn't be talking about any Norseman if he wasn't a man of the sword. So yeah, I'm sure he's a warrior of some kinds. Okay. I wanted to make at least one JUCO pick, and that was
what's the school?
Northeastern Oklahoma A&M.
Oh my God! All right, well, look, that's a great pick. I really like it. I mean, if it's a Viking, Vikings are gonna mess some shit up. So I like that pick a lot. I'm gonna go with an LSU pick that I'm gonna go with Mike the Tiger as my D lineman.
Wow.
I just think they're gonna get after the your offensive line, which I can't remember anymore, which you had. Big Red, oh yeah, he's done for. He's done for. The Cardinal ain't gonna do nothing against Mike the Tiger.
Yeah, Mike the Tiger is a guy that certainly a first round talent, but fell for personality reasons, I guess.
Clearly.
Unfortunately, I don't have just a box I could put Mike the Tiger in because that's what LSU does. They just have that big glass box that they keep him in.
Yeah. No, there's actually a few. I had another lion pick that was actually a live action lion too. So, yeah, there's a few that you could have went with for sure.
And I'm thinking South Dakota State Jackrabbit, but I just against the run, we need a good blend of size and speed. This is not going to be a sexy pick. This is just going to have to be something both strong, and then we're going to go with the Northern Arizona Lumberjack.
On your defensive line, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now that would have been a pick for you because I have all these trees. But that's a pick you make. That's a pick I make, so you don't take him.
Good pick. Good pick. That's like the Patriots trading with the Steelers to make sure the Jets don't get an offensive lineman. I'm gonna go with a USC Trojan. So I'll pick a Trojan and a Spartan, and I got a lot of horses and a lot of swords, so I'm feeling decent with that one.
Yeah, Spartans and the Trojans, same defense. I'm not sure if they would have liked each other. I think they were different eras, anyhow, for my last pick, I'm going with it's a linebacker. So we don't have anybody to wear the green dot yet, so we need a leader. We're going with the George Mason Patriots. And the reason I'm making this pick is because I think their logo is supposed to be one of the founding fathers, Benjamin Franklin. So he's gonna have a very close relationship with the Minutemen on our offense because they're both the same era and trying to achieve the same thing. So
I'm not gonna lie. Other than my defensive line, there is going to be serious character issues going down in my defense.
Yeah,
Mountaineer versus Eagle, Trojan versus Spartan. I just a random knight put in there. I don't know.
Mine's no better.
I don't love. You know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, the Rattler might not have been the greatest pick in the world.
I actually love the Rattler pick. That's one of my favorite picks.
I mean, you should have. It was your first pick.
Yeah, I love it, dude. Some big names went undrafted though. Brutus undrafted. I just really don't know how you put him into any.
What is Brutus good at? I don't know what he does.
Here's the thing: if we were drafting mascots for a mascots team, Brutus is the first pick. You're not even thinking about that. If we're doing meta mask, it's like Mascot Squared, the actual mascot for your mascot team, take Brutus.
Yeah, no, you ain't wrong.
Yeah, I mean, I think you have size. I actually like your defense as a unit. I think mine, if we were able to have a whole season and let these dudes grow into their role, I think this is a defense that, week one, you're like, what the fuck are they doing? The Sun Devils is just doing his own thing. The Rattler's like minding his own business. But then like you get to week 8 and you're like, this is a friggin' unit here. Like these guys are all over the field. Very aggressive, certainly have a lot of aggressive characters on my defense, outside of the Sycamore. He's probably just going to stand there, but that's what he needs to do, just be a space eater and then let everybody else fly around you.
I mean, if you ever ran into a tree, it'll mess you up.
Exactly.
I am looking at your cornerback room. Might be some issues with a Crusader and a Sun Devil. There might be some issues. So I think our cornerbacks are definitely the hardest position to pick.
Yeah, but here's the thing with having a Sun Devil and a Crusaders, they'd be opposite sides of the field. They're not going to be really close to each other. True. If we need a nickelback, it won't be either of those. We'll just ask the Family Rattler to drop into coverage for a little bit. If we want to get very, very very fancy, then we can drop the Lumberjack. Just a little like curl to flat drop. Feel good about that. Maybe even the Norseman.
The only issue I have with your Family Rattler pick is it's a snake, so it might screw over your defense at times.
Well, that's why I said week 1, it might be a bit. It's going to be more on, me as the head coach, but also the Patriot and the other side of the ball, the Minutemen, to really have this group mesh.
Can you pick one extra head coach, and I'll go first because I actually was thinking about it earlier.
You're picking a head coach?
I want to pick one head coach. If you got, I'll pick one. I'll take some time, let you think about it for a second. I wanted to go with Austin P., the governor. I feel like that had to be a good head coach. He's literally like the CEO of the team. He's running everything. The governor. I thought that would have been a really good pick for my head coach.
Yeah, I like it. One thing with governors, they're very caught up in the bureaucracy. So
definitely.
I think for practices, I think for every situation, that's a great pick. But in the actual game, you might get kind of caught up in him going through the paperwork.
I might have issues where on, Friday at 4:30 he's making in some stock trades. That might be an issue, but on Saturday, I think we're going to be all right.
I'm going with a similar pick for my head coach, but a bit different. I think it's actually the exact opposite, but it's still pretty similar because it is a government. I'm going with the Army Black Knight. So
I love that
in my head, it's like a general, like an army general. So
no, that's a really good pick.
I think that's perfect for adapting to the everyday changes that come with a football game.
Who do you think wins in a football game?
I think if we played 100 games, you'd win 50 and I'd win 50.
I'm not going to lie to you. If my defensive line can't get after you, I think you're crushing me because the UMass Minutemen, it might not be the greatest gunslinger of all time, but a Golden Flash and a Rocket are going to do wonders against a Trojan and a Mountaineer. They're going to do wonders. So I really love your wide receivers.
We're big up front and then fast outside. It's pretty ideal. It's just more on the Minutemen's actually ready or not, which historically they've been ready, but they're also not they're also a militia. They're not actually professional soldiers. So it could go either way. Pistol Pete, that's a guy that actually takes his time to practice on his shooting, I'd imagine, and all that.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't. The first thing I thought it was Pistol Pete. You need a gunslinger. I love that pick. I thought you were going to take him. But I think definitely my team is more we're just going to run the ball. We're Michigan with Harbaugh. It's how we're going to run.
All right. Well, I think we'll end it. That was a good exercise. We're going to be doing this except with basketball teams next week. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah. Thanks for coming on, PP Johnson. Anything you want to say to the people of America before close it up for the night?
Yeah, always love your family. Give them a nice big hug.